Hello everyone! Welcome back if you've been joining me every week. If this is your first time, my name is Ingrid Meller and I am an art instructor at Culture for One. And in today's video, I'm going to be taking you through a really simple origami exercise where you're going to be making a paper rose like this. So if you've been with me before, you may have learned this in the past, but now you'll have a video that you can refer back to. And if this is your first time, I hope that the instructions are pretty easy for you to follow along with. So what you're going to need for this today is a piece of paper, and that is the only thing that you absolutely need. So if you have a piece of paper that's already a square, like I have this wallpaper sample that is a square, or a piece of cardstock, or if you happen to have origami paper, then you are ready. If you don't have that kind of paper, but you have something like computer paper or construction paper, what you can do to make a square is either to measure 6 inches across the top, 6 inches going down, and then cut that out. Or if you don't have a ruler available to measure out a square, you can take one piece of paper and then take another piece of paper and turn it the other way, and then just draw a line across and cut that out, and that's going to give you a square as well. So if you are using loose paper like this or construction paper, the only warning that I would give you is to be a little bit gentle with it when you're folding it today so that it doesn't tear. If it tears a little bit, it's not a big deal. You can keep going, you can tape it, it'll be okay. And if you have paper that's a little thicker like this one, then you don't have to be quite as gentle. So to start your paper rose, you're going to take your piece of paper and put it down flat on the table. So I'm going to have it like this so you can see better. So if your paper has two different sides like mine does, then you want to have the side that is blank, or the side is not so pretty, facing upwards, and the pretty side on the bottom. If your paper is the same on both sides, it doesn't really matter. So the first thing that you're going to do is take one corner and you're going to fold it to meet the other corner. And if you cut your square yourself, you're going to find out from doing that if you cut it evenly, and you can adjust if you need to. Okay, so now I have like a triangle shape going across. I'm going to open it back up again, and then I'm going to fold the other corner like this to meet it. And one thing you can check first is that this edge that the corners are meeting. Okay. And then I'm going to open that up, and I have an X shape. And then from that, I'm going to know what my middle line is. So I'm going to take a corner closest to me, and I'm going to make this corner go to the very middle of my X shape. And I'm going to fold it across. And then I'm going to take the corner across from that and do the same exact thing. Fold it across. And then the corner on this side, it's going to come in to meet those corners, kind of like I'm making an envelope. Like that. And then the fourth side, I'm going to do the same thing so that we're making a perfect square. Again, like we started with. Okay, so then we have this square again, and you can see the four corners. It should look like this. I'm going to put it back down again. And now it's going to get a little bit easier for you because basically what we're going to be doing is repeating that 2 more times. So again, I'm going to take the corner towards me, fold that into the middle, the corner across from it and fold that in towards the middle. And then the other two corners, I'm going to do the same exact thing, just like we did the first time. So if you get frustrated at all when you're doing this or confused, you can pause the video, go back. It's okay, that happened to me when I learned this the first couple times. It's part of origami. The fun part is that once you do it, you can remember it usually if you do it a couple times, and then it's something you always know how to do. It can be really relaxing and fun. Okay, so I have another square, just like this. So then one more time, I'm going to do the same thing that we did twice, so I'll show you again. And what I like about this project is you're doing the same thing. And it helps you to remember it. So folding this corner in to the middle, folding the second corner into the middle, the one across from it. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other sides. And this part can get a little bit tough if you're using a thick paper, but you got it. And then I'm smoothing out the edges a little bit. Okay. So now you have your paper with all four corners in. And now is the fun part where you're going to make it start to look like a rose. So it's easier to just flatten the table, but I'll do it this way to show it to you. You're going to take the middle one and actually I'm going to show you on the table so you can see better. You're going to take this middle one, the first one, and you're going to fold the corner to meet the other edge like this. Okay? And then you're going to do the same thing with all of the sides. So this one, this corner is going to fold to meet this edge. Same thing on the other side. So the corner is going to kiss the edge. So as you can see, we've got all the corners looking like this. And then we're going to do the same thing on the next layer of your rose. So it's kind of like we did in the beginning where you're doing the same thing 3 times. So you take the middle piece, one of the middle pieces, it doesn't matter which, and you're going to fold it out, up and out like a rose. And you're going to do that with all 4 sides. And then it'll look like this. We'll do the same thing with the inside one more time. So you can see now you have your rose. It's a little bit easier to see on this one because it's a lighter color. Your rose with all the petals kind of sticking outwards. So if you wanted to embellish it, make it a little bit fancy, what you could do is you could color on it. If you had like a marker, you could go around the edges. I happen to have a little bit of glitter glue, so I did that. And if you have that, you could use that too. And then if you wanted your rose to have a stem, what I did was I took a piece of cardboard and I cut it out in a stem shape. It was just cardboard from a cereal box. You didn't need anything fancy. And then I painted it green, but you could also use a marker or a crayon or anything for that. Or if you had a cardboard box that already was green, that would be perfect too. So you just cut that out. And then, or you could use a popsicle stick too, or a pipe cleaner if you have that at home. So then you could tape it together, and there you have a rose. And then what you do with it afterwards is whatever you want. So my other video for this week, you can use your rose in it too. Or you can just have your finished rose. So I hope everybody was able to follow along with that origami project. And I will look forward to seeing you in our second video for this week. Thanks, everyone.